Welcome back, everyone, to episode 5 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night playthrough. In the previous episode, we managed to get most of the important traversal items that Alucard will need to get around the rest of the remaining castle. We have the ability to turn into mist, we have the ability to turn into a dog, we have the ability to turn into a bat, and among those, we also have the ability to jump super high really fast, and that is very useful for picking up some areas at the top of the map that you want to get quickly instead of trying to fly up to them very slowly as a bat. What am I doing? I don't know. Yeah, alright, so we've already finished that. We want to finish the rest of this area as much as we can. We got those Valhalla Knights on the bottom here. Whoa! Yeah, these jerks. Big hits. Oh, you don't want to take too many of those. Of course, I don't have to actually engage them on foot. I can bounce off their head, but they do jump, as you can see. They have a little countermeasure if you try to get out of their way. Ow! Ooh, brutal, I'm getting rocked. I'm going to end up dying before I get out of this area. Oh, not that. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to check the rest of the... Okay, so we could do this. Hit all those little empty squares. Completion percentage does help with one particular set of armor, which we'll pick up and then almost certainly find something else immediately after and not get the benefit from. It's called walk armor. Basically, when you equip that armor, your map completion percentage affects how much defensive points you have as part of that armor. Come on, what am I doing? Stop it. There we go. Nope, I don't want to get hit. I want to... Oh, why can't I get... There we go. I wanted this. Oh, crap. Alright, so we have to put on a set of cloth tunic. If I hit the right buttons. So I'm going between multiple games. Oh, I already had it equipped, so never mind. I'm going between multiple different games that I'm recording right now, so I'm getting a little bit confused on some of the button commands for each of these games. Get a little health back from him. There is, I believe in this room, a ceiling that we can break. Yes, it is. Here. I prefer the Bible here. I may have just walked past it. Let's check up here. It's right in here. There it is. Yep. And this is, I believe, the best of all the familiars. I'm sure people have their opinions. The sword familiar. We'll go ahead and put that on. You have to select it from the relics list because you can only have one familiar equipped at a time. The fairy familiar, again, is mostly a utility familiar. The fairy does not actually attack enemies at any point in time. All it does is if you get poisoned or cursed, she'll use one of the items that you have in your inventory to cure you if you have one of them available. I believe she'll also point out some secret rooms occasionally, but you have to level her up quite a bit for that to happen. Sword familiar actually attacks enemies. So that's the benefit of this one. It is a little bit slow at the start, and again, once you get to level 50, it actually becomes an item that you can actually equip and attack enemies with, which we may or may not get enough experience for the sword familiar to actually have that happen at any point. What am I doing? I'll back up. I want to look at the map. Okay, so we need to go this way just to open the passage back to the tower, which you do just by hitting this. That's all there was to do in here, so now we need to go back, because there is a boss at the top of this big open room that we were next to. We want to get to that boss, fight them. I don't remember if he drops anything or protects anything terribly vital. Probably not. Just another opportunity to increase your health. Pretty much every boss in the game, I believe, gives you a health up after you defeat them. And a good chunk of them also have some additional item that they're protecting. turn into a bat. Just clear our way up to the top. Yeah, I always thought it was very nifty that whatever color cape you're wearing is the color of Alucard's wings when he becomes a bat. It's a very nice touch. There we go. All right, so we have a boss fight right here. I'm going to heal up a little bit. Let's see what we got in items that I can pop real quick. Let's also sort my inventory to make it a little bit neater. The iron ball, I believe, just drops straight down if you use it as a consumable item. How exactly is that going to help you? Probably not going to help you much anywhere unless you're on the stairs on the far upper left corner of the map, where there's a very large staircase. Any other part of the map, you're probably wasting your time using it. I suppose if you're directly over top an enemy, you might actually get some benefit from it. Let's go ahead and pop a potion. We'll do that one more time. There we go. This could be a tricky fight simply because Alucard is using a weapon with a very long wind-up, and it moves him forward every time he attacks. So, with any luck, we won't end up getting smushed and have to go back and uncover all that area that I just cleared. So, the boss here is a gentleman, and he actually invites you to sit down at the chair that I just destroyed, but that's all right. See? Look at that. He's so polite. And if you actually sit in it, he'll get up and start attacking you because he's also a jerk. Oh, look at that, huh? Form of Mist has more than a little bit of utility. Uh-oh. Pillars of Fire! I shouldn't have done that. See, he's got quite a few attacks at his disposal, and some of them are absolutely destroying me right now. Uh-oh. I gotta... nope, come on, back up. Use some more potion real quick. Hopefully fast enough! Oh, it wasn't fast enough. You jerk. Yeah, this is going to be a tough fight, simply because the weapon I'm using is pretty lousy since you have to move forward with each attack, so you have to get on a side where he's not firing one of his spells. Okay, come on. That's nice. Wrap it up. Alright, we're just going to go straight into the boss fight instead of trying to clear all that other stuff beforehand. And there is a trick for moving. Let's see if I can do it. Got it. Whee! But as soon as you do that attack, the path finishes, he'll actually turn back into human. Why they made him do that, I don't know. Just give you a little extra juice getting through the area. Now, the wolf, I don't know if we found his ability yet, but he has a skill of wolf, which allows him to run really fast as well. It's a nice little touch for clearing map area very quickly. I'm not waiting for you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Come on, let me do my thing. And the key to using this without getting... Oh, crap. Did it again. Oh, she used the potion for me! Because I don't have sword familiar equipped right now. Oh, I should have ducked. Ah, stop shooting me with your frickin' laser beam. Ow! I'm gonna run out of potions. Alright. First form dead. But he does change. Uh-oh. Oh, I ducked it. Nice. That's not as nice. Did you burn through all my potions, Fairy? No, she didn't. Well, probably a good time as any to use this. And then we don't have to wait for it to finish before we can swap back to the S-Stock. S-Stock? Whatever. Ouch! Right into it. Keep meaning to hit miss, and I'm hitting the wrong button. Ouch! And I'm getting rocked. Thank you. Wow, the Bible does next to nothing to harm him. Uh-oh. 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 God. Ah! Come on, game. Gotcha. Well, that was a very costly fight. Lost a lot of potions in the process. But part of that is because I'm using a really crappy weapon. It does a ton of damage, but that slide forward really screws you over. Alright, let's get back up to the top here so we can go into the side room. And pick up Echo of Bat. Now that is an item that has exactly one utility in, I think, the entire game. At least until you get the second upgrade for it, which is that right now he has no ability to attack, but he does have the ability to fire an echolocation. And you use that in a room where there is absolutely no light, and it allows the form of bat to actually see. Alright, well, we finished that. Let's go ahead and get to the other side of this area. There we go. And the weird thing about using that move is when you turn back into a human, you get locked into falling straight down unless you turn back into a bat. And that affects your ability to jump with the gravity stone as well, so you can't move left or right. I don't know why they did that. Probably just some weird quirk in the controls. Okay. See if we can do that a little bit safer. I missed some stuff. Oh, no, you don't. Wiping out all my health in 2 hits. Alright, so let's get... Oh! Oh. Yeah, nothing on me. And that should be... Oh, I missed one tiny square over here. And got it. Alright, let's get out of here. We're gonna go back to the tower and go down the left side of the staircase. There's a whole bunch of little nooks on the upper side of that area that we could not reach before, simply because we didn't have the ability to... I think flight is what you need to reach those. Double jump may not be enough to reach them. Oh. And it is not this. Oh, it is this one. Oh. Let's go get our sword familiar back. Let him get a little bit of experience. Now again, I'm not trying to route at all to control the outcome of what items I am and am not picking up. If it happens that, you know, this is the one final familiar that I use during the game, so be it. If it's not, which I can guarantee it's not, we may mix it up, just put a couple of them on every now and then, try different things. Their true strength doesn't come out until you get to the point where they've all reached level, I think it's 55, 60. They have to go a little bit above the halfway point of their leveling before they really start cooking. But what they all do is they all gain some unique abilities, and we went over all of those in the previous episode. And some of them are very useful in fighting enemies. Some of them are kind of a waste and probably not really worth the effort. Alright, we're going down here. And that jerk sword is on the other side of this room here. We should be able to fight him this time without having to run away. This guy. Still taking damage, but there we go. Uh-oh. Well, if I didn't like the weapon I was using before, this isn't better. Where's Takemitsu? That's the bamboo sword that I've picked up a couple of times. Where is it? Yeah, I'll resort the weapons and try to locate it. There it is. We picked up a couple of these now. At least I don't slide forward when I attack. I guess that is the upside, if there is one. But again, I have a familiar that can do some work for me, so I don't have to do it all myself. Hey, and I don't have to use it at all anymore. I can go ahead and put it away and use a Morning Star, which is a much better weapon. I believe it has some unique effects as well, but I might be thinking of the Star Flail, which we have not found or bought yet. The last shield I was using, I think it was Alucard, which is not a good shield, but whatever. Ouch! Let's do this. Ah, you jerk! Come on. There we go. So there was, a little bit of stuff right above me. Just this little tiny corner right there was probably all the map coverage. Hit that. And then here's one of the first items that we had to find. Go ahead and turn back. A boomerang, which is not a weapon, it's a consumable item. And then TNT, also a consumable item. The Ankh of Life, which we'll have to put on real quick. Stop here. Equip. So we take that off and put on Ankh of Life, which improves the heal item's power. I believe it is not everything. It might just be true healing items. So potions, elixirs, those are affected. I don't think food counts. And the Shuriken is also a consumable weapon. Magic Missile, consumable weapon. Cover that. Mystic Pendant, so we just put on a piece of equipment that we're about to take off immediately. Increases your MP restoration rate. Basically, the recovery from, like, turning into a bat or using some of my spells, which I have not made a ton of use of during this playthrough. There's some interesting effects, but they're not really reliable for most of your fighting ability. The sword does speak when he attacks. That is, that was the sword saying slash. Oh, I want to hit that. All right, yes, good save room right here. Wink. Go ahead and save. Now, one of the things that you may have noticed, which we didn't go into, there is a little shaft on the left side of that tall tower on the upper left part of the map. We can't do anything in there just yet. We have to come back once we pick up an item that we'll find basically at the very bottom of the map. So we won't be able to do anything there just yet. There is a little bit of ground we can cover over this way. That's where we first met Maria. Go up. I want to go in here. This is where we fought Gaibon and Slagra, the devil and his bird friend with the weird spear smash that and get the Bat card. So that is another familiar. Sorry, we're going to go ahead and replace Sword Familiar for the time being with Bat. Bat Familiar, when he shows up, there we go, has a couple of weird things that he will and won't do. Number one, if he gets his butt down here, he's kind of taking his sweet time. Hello? Why aren't you joining me? There he is. So he, is he just not going to follow me at all? Well, he's taking his time. The Bat will actually follow you, but he'll be a little bit more vigilant if you're actually in Bat form, which is why he came whipping to my side when I did this, because the Bat's in love with me. Male, female, whatever the Bat is, they're in love with this Bat form that I had. One of the things that they're absolutely not in love with, let's go ahead and do this real quick. If I turn into a wolf, oh no, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of the ghost. The ghost will actually leave if you turn into, I think, a bat or a wolf. So they don't understand where you went and just decide to split on you. So we're going to go down kind of in a reverse path of what we had done previously at the very beginning of the game, because there was a room that we want to get to, and I think it has a sword. Should be pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, the Morning Star is not the weapon I was thinking of that has some unique utilities. The Star Flail has some nice utilities to it. If it's not a left-right or right-left attack, where you press back and then forward and attack, and it does a little extra damage. It's a quarter circle, which is always down towards where you're attacking, and then press the attack button. It has like a little snap to it where it'll do more damage in a little burst. World's slowest elevator. The funny thing is there's one that you can get on the far right side of the map that goes much, much faster, but you really don't go through that area much. You do if you're going back to the library a bunch, but I don't need to, so... Oh, come on. Hello, Bat. Get your butt down here. Thank you. He's really not helping me. Just kind of doing his own lackadaisical thing. It might be because I need to level up a little bit before he'll really start helping out, but he's supposed to be a lot more attentive. There's Skill of Wolf. So with Skill of Wolf, when you turn into a wolf, you can do that, which allows you to charge, and I think it makes you run faster. Nope, not yet. So Skill of Bat's just the attack. But yeah, if there's an ability up here, or a sub-weapon rather, up here that you want, you can grab it from the pools here just by smashing them. And we'll take the, whatever the lightning was called, a Goonie. It's no by booty, but it's pretty good. Alright, so that was the last of the stuff that we had up here. We do want to go all the way back down to the beginning of the game area, because there's a couple of things we can do down there just to clean up a little bit. Oh! Oh! Oh, look at that dodge. Drop it straight through. I really do like the blood cloak. It's a very nice looking cloak. He gets quite a few good looking ones. Alright, there he goes. The Bat finally did something. That little charge attack that he did. I think it was just because he needed to get a little experience before he'll start actually helping out. And the more leveling you do with the familiars, the more frequent they will attack enemies. I'm hopscotching. Aw, I missed. Alright, so we talked about this, I think, in the very first episode. If you go through this room right here, this little cut out in the wall, as a wolf from one direction, No, I'm not saying that there was a wolf in the band one direction. I'm just saying go through the tunnel in one direction, and then go through it as a bat in the other direction. You go down to the bottom left of this room here, and then voila, the door opened. A door that wasn't there before. You get a life apple, which will, I believe, if you have the fairy card equipped, she'll give it to you right before you die, just to give you one last chance. Let me double check before I say that for certain. Where is it? Life apple. Yeah, so she uses that to heal you. But more importantly, we get the jewel sword. What does the jewel sword do? The jewel sword, let's go ahead and put that on, sword, is a very slow attacking weapon with a cool little graphical effect when you swing the weapon, but it has two effects that you can use. One, when you hit enemies, you have an increased chance for them to drop gems. Let's see if we can get one out of there. There we go. So the mermen will drop zircons, they'll drop aquamarine, they'll drop onyx and opal occasionally. The only one I've never found any of these guys drop is a diamond. And it works on every enemy in the game, but these guys respawn so quickly, it's a good idea if you have it, just go ahead and use it here to get some gems. We're not going to do that, I'm just showing how it works. But the other effect, and let me get to safe ground before I do it, up here. If you... Alright, come on, get out of the way. Out of the way. Stop it. If you press, if it's not left, right, it's quarter circle with the weapon equipped. Before attacking, it is quarter circle. He'll shoot a couple of extra little pennies out. Did they do any damage? No. But it's free money. So if you're ever just hurting for a couple extra pennies to finish off a purchase, you can just pull out this sword and then whip it a couple of times, get some extra cash. Oh. Wow, that took a lot of energy. That was almost every bit of hearts that I had. He's kicking me in the forehead. Come on, dude. Seriously? Again, the benefit of having the blood cloak is when I take damage, I actually get hearts back. So, even though it costs a lot of hearts to do damage to that guy, I basically got them all back by getting hit. But there's a save room right here. So no big deal. All right. Not a whole lot here for us to get. I think it's just this one little room with holy mail. Holy mail? It's full of holes. You know, holy. But at least it's better than the cloth tunic that we have been wearing. Oh, get back there. Grab this. We're going to use the lightning again to fry this guy. Ow! Get out of here. Duck! Ouch! You got me on the backswing. Thank you, bat. These guys hit hard. Alright, well, don't have to worry about them again for a while. Let's go down this way. We have a little bit of stuff we ought to do this way still. Now, I think... Nope. I was gonna say, I think I can do damage to these guys as the wolf when I charge, but apparently not. At least not yet. Oh, look at that. The blood zombies are dropping a ton of gems for me. I don't know how many more of those I have to fight. No blood coming out of the zombies, but the bloody zombies. What? No blood. Oh, maybe the jewel sword doesn't make him bleed. Alright, so there is health here. And more importantly, Power of Wolf. Now that is the item that I was thinking I got when I got Skill of Wolf, but we'll demonstrate it in a second here. After I get some money. Alright, so turn into a wolf and charge, and then he goes faster and faster and faster, and he does damage as he's doing this. The problem is he will actually run through your magic every time he hits an enemy. Alright, now before we go any further, I did see that I picked up another goddamn cloth tunic. Can't win. Oh, I guess I can't sort those. That's alright. I missed a room back there. Oh, now I don't care enough. Let's just leave it for now. Now, what we do want to do is we're going to go back to the library, and we're going to sweep through all the stuff at the very top of the map that we had left to clear up there. And then once all of that is done, at the very bottom of the map, near where the waterfall is, that's about 3 rooms to the right of where I'm standing on the map right now, there's a shaft we can go down, and that will take you to a whole unshown part of the map that has quite a few rooms that we'll have to go through in order to finish up the castle, basically. So let's actually, you know what? We'll just go ahead and use a library card here. Save myself a little bit of trouble. Let's do this real quick, just sort everything. Get to the library cards. Where am I? There it is. Pop that. So give me a chance to sell some of the gems that we had picked up. Recover some potions.
What can I do for you? Farewell for now.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I got some real nice ones in there.
I'm interested
What we
in
got?
this.
We have no potions. Let's just go ahead and max out, because I think... Oh! I thought you could only carry 9. So I can carry quite a few. We'll buy 9 total. High potions give you half your hit points, which right now we're getting like a third of it for the cost of the potions. So the high potions will be worth more later. We don't need them right now. And I think we could pick up a new weapon just to keep things moving. Let's see. We had... Skip the saber. We're gonna do the Damascus sword, which is only 4,000.
Thank you.
And because of the armor that we had rudely taken from us, let's see if there's some armor in here that we haven't equipped yet. We can do steel. Diamond plates out of reach. Probably should have done one of those instead of the potion, rather. Yes, we'll do steel.
Thank you.
And just to keep things fun, we'll go with the reverse cloak. We'll do the elven cloak, which is a nice green color.
Thank you. Farewell for now.
All right, so let's go ahead and put on all the fun goodies that we just picked up. No, come on. Damascus sword. We picked up the steel cuirass. I'm not sure how you say that. And the elven cloak, so we're now a bright green color instead of the red. And this weapon has a nice attack rate, which is why I chose it. And I think we've done everything in the library except for a small amount of map coverage at the very top of the steps. But let's take advantage of the wolf's newfound power, which is running. cover the top of the map here where we had some stuff to move through. Should be good now. Yep. Oh! No! Get out of here. Alright, there we go. So now we move much faster through these areas that we're going to be covering repeatedly, just going back and forth through the map. So one of the things that Koji Igarashi learned from this game and carried forward into future games is better placement of the warp rooms. For whatever reason, he decided to make warp rooms in this game, but then the point that you can warp back to easily is in the library on the far end of it. You have to run all the way back through the library to get to the warp room outside of it, halfway up the elevator shaft that we're in right now. So that was not terribly good planning on his part, but thankfully in future games you usually find a hub around the warp room every time you play a new Castlevania game where there's a save room, a warp room. Usually they have one right next to the major shop in the game, so you're only going a couple of screens away to get to it. Little things that could have been done better, and they did eventually in future games. Alright, so we are in the right spot. Oh, I just remembered. We're about to find one of the best helmets in the game, I think. At the top of this area. Oh, let's do this instead. Yep. 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 There we go. Right in here. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not here. That's right. But that is a useful item. So now we have the ability to shoot fire as a bat. Now, the cool thing about this is, since I have this bat familiar following me around, once you gain fire a bat, not only do you shoot a fireball, so does the bat. I think I mentioned before, as you level up the bat familiar, you actually get more bats, and every time you get another bat, they also do an attack. So you could have a chain of 4 or 5 bats following you around, and every time you attack with your fireball as a bat, they also attack with a fireball. A nice little backup. Alright, so we got a little bit at the bottom here. I don't think we left anything behind down at the bottom. We'll sweep it just in case. Oh, can't go through there. I haven't broken it yet. Might have to turn around and go back the other way. So I don't think this is broken either. It is not. Alright, so we'll do just that. We'll go right back up the way we fell in here. So there is a breakable section of bridge there. Oh, look at that! There's a whole bunch of goodies up above me. We'll grab those in a second. Let's clear everything else we had over here. Owie! Another break. And that should be everything there. Alright, let's go back to this trio of items that were up above, on top of a bunch of pillars. Armor, a sword, and a shield. So nice grouping of items that we can put on right now. The sword is a better attacking sword than the one we had. The shield actually does shield-like things, and the armor, not only better than the steel armor I had on, but it also is strong versus ice attacks. Will we actually have any ice attacks in this next area? No, we won't. Why did they give you that there? I don't know. They just did. Alright, so let's do... Oh, no. Turn it back into the bat. Let's do this. clear what's on this part of the map. We're just a hair shy. Got one little square right here. Right here. There it is. Oh, oh, come on. Keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Come on, back into a bat. Really wish you just covered the rest of the screen when you did that move. Just keep going until you run into a wall, and then you stop. Alright, so we're gonna go down. It's not a Castlevania game unless you have a clock tower full of flying Medusa heads that can turn you to stone. The good news is the blue ones don't turn you into stone, the yellow ones do, so you're not constantly being pelted by enemies that can actually petrify you. Alright, so... I don't. Get out of there. There's a little trick to this room, as well as the room directly to the left of where we're at right now. My booty! Oh, I've missed you. No! I gave away my booty! We can get it back. Nah, I'm not doing that. Let's do this. Take you. Smash you so that you go away. To the top. Ow! Nope, don't want that either. Why are there so many water bottles in this area? Alright, so these gears on the left and right wall of this room, you can hit. And you're looking for a very specific sound. There it is. You'll hear kind of like a little clicking sound, a click, click. There it is. If you do that for all 4 of the gears in that room, or the 2 in that room and the 2 in this room, the wall right here will open up to an item. Actually, I think it might be more than one item. Obviously, this is an easier thing to do later in the game. If you come back here at the very first chance you can go in, you may not have the holy symbol which you need to get in water safely. There we go. One more. Whoop. Done. That should be it. And it's open. Oh, you jerk. Come on. That was garbage. So we get a helmet, armor, and the star flail I was talking about earlier. So let's go ahead and put all 3 on. A flail with spiked balls. We got a helmet, the steel helm, and gold plate. So the gold plate didn't actually boost my defense, but the helmet did. And the star flail does this nice little whip, which you can hit very quickly. Plus, it does that. That little burst does a little extra damage and increases the range of the attack. And you can do that one just by pressing back, forward, attack. Ow! Pegged me on the head. Oh, no you don't. Oh, yes you do. How about I do this? Haha, see ya. Alright. Oh, just barely dodged that. Oh, get out of here. So this wall over here you can break and go inside. And there is a fun enemy in here, I think it's up a bit, that flies around and has Ascension Sword. Somewhere in here. Oh, a high potion, thank you. It's up above. Right there. There he is. Get some health. Get on firmer ground. I don't like fighting in the center against this guy. So that sword that he was swinging in a circle around his body, you can actually grind against him to get a weapon called Heaven Sword. What Heaven Sword does is instead of attacking with it like a normal sword, it flings out away from your body and then teleports its way back to you with every attack. It's a very unique animation. You don't have any other weapon in the game that does that, but it's not all that useful. I mean, it's cool looking, but it's just not a great weapon. We'll see if we can't get it after a couple of tries here, and then we'll move on. Not expecting it to drop. Most of the items in this game, even with... Oh! No, that was money. Okay. That's why I don't like fighting them there. Most of the weapons in this game, even with the maxed out luck, just have way too low a drop rate. It would have been nice if they had cranked it up just a tiny bit more. There we go. We'll do 3 more tries, and then we'll move on. Oh, shoot. Go get him. Ah. Would have been nice if the bat would help out a little bit. Alright, one more and then we'll move on. Nope. Just drop money. Alright, moving on. That would have been a fun one to look at, maybe not so much to use. Stop it. I'll take your high potion, though. Thank you. Alright, and this game's clock tower is over. Not a very big one. Let's hit the wall. It's not here? Oh, it's on the other side. Uh-oh, I may have lost that item. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it, but I did get a weapon. That was the Bekatoa, which we had already picked up. We'll go ahead and put it back on. And sort the items real quick. Come here. Ah, come on. Why did that hit? Oh, because the other enemy's still there. I thought I saw something on the ground, but maybe I misunderstood the information I was looking at. Get out of here. I think there's something up there. No? A bunch of the walls in this room you can actually destroy to get some items. Not all of them. I think there's one... Actually, I think there's one right above me, right here. No? Right here. Oh, man. You're shaking my confidence here, game. Oh, nice try. Ah, I keep forgetting about the secondary. The sentient sword. Ow! I need some enemies that bleed so I can bleed them. These are really useful if you don't actually have double jump at this point. Which if you don't, how did you get here in the first place? Alright, so I think that was everything in here. Like this statue saying, there's nothing here, turn around. Go back. Come on. wall's even a different shade. Healing mail? Huh? So what this does, this interesting little piece of equipment, restores your hit points while you're walking. Oh, come on. So basically, as you're just walking, it doesn't count if you're jumping, but if you walk in a straight path long enough, you get 1 hit point. Interesting idea, maybe not the greatest execution. And this is another room with breakable walls. There's some dynamite. Excuse me, TNT. Big difference. A Bawaka knife, which is a consumable. And a shuriken. Now this time he's actually telling you, hit this wall. I don't know if there's any other statues that do that. Not in this room. And we are about to take on a boss. I'm going to go ahead and use some healing items real quick. Go ahead and use... and we got some food. Food is a risky option for health if you're in the middle of a fight, because it throws on the ground. And you don't want to do that if you're in a fight, because then if you get hit while you're trying to pick it up, there's a chance it'll actually expire or disappear from the screen before you actually get to it. Alright, I had the Bekatoa, put that on. There we go. Alright, let's get it started. This guy is a total jerk, but he's easy to cheese. My booty does nothing against him. The end. That enemy can do a lot of damage if you let him attack. Obviously, though, I can kind of cheese him, keep him juggled in the air, and then he has no chance to do anything. He does become a standard enemy eventually, though. Alright, so... Fun thing about this room, this platform here actually goes to the top of the room if you stand on it, and as it passes these lion heads, they light up. Or you can not stand on it at all, and they'll never light at all. We'll light it, though. Save. Then we're going to go this way to the top. I believe there is a sword in here. Yes, there is. Falchion. So let's go ahead and put that on. It's actually a little bit worse than the weapon I had. And then there's a whole bunch of open area to the left of me. This, if you hadn't recognized it when we started the game, is the staircase that leads up to Dracula's room, his little throne area. But we're not going to go in there just yet. Oh, come on. There we go. We're going to go in here, which gives you a health, a heart, a nothing, another health, another heart, and then all the way at the bottom, another familiar. This is the ghost card, which actually may do something instead of the bat, who seems to be lagging behind all the time. Just gonna put the ghost on. You get a little skull familiar that actually stays fairly close to me. Mentioned it before. This one has an aversion to, I think, the bat form, and if you do this, he'll actually leave the screen and then come back when you go back to the normal form later. Now, we don't want the cross, but just like in the very opening of the game, you can draw a staircase down and go up here. There's nothing on that platform that I missed. And, hey, look at that! The Frankfurter's back. The pot roast is back. The turkey. Oh, wait, no, those weren't all the same items. I think they were a dark shield. The hot dog was one of them. There was a sword, sunglasses. Platinum mail was not there. Let's go ahead and put that on real quick. So we're going to lose our ability to gain health as we walk. Big deal. It wasn't doing much anyway. But we can go as far as the threshold right here, and then we have to turn back, because if you go in there, you start the final fight of the game. We're not ready for that yet. We have a whole bunch of other stuff on the map that we want to do first, including fighting little men on turkeys. Alright, let's do this real quick. Yeah! Ha ha ha. Gotcha. Didn't do enough damage to kill him, though. Owie! That's why I call them turkeys, because they actually drop turkeys when you kill them. So nothing there, but we got the item that was there. And there's something up there. Ooh. We definitely want to go up there real quick. Yeah, go this way. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, stop. Ah! I do think this enemy regenerates, so there is no clearing the room of all of the flea riders. You just have to keep taking the guys on as you find them. Here we go. And now we have Power of Mist. What Power of Mist does, and let's break the wall here and get flyer mail. And put that on. It is worse than Platinum, but it gives you strength versus fire attacks. Now what Power of Mist does, and I got interrupted because there was an item back there, it allows you to actually maintain the form of mist as long as you have magic. So if you're having a really difficult time going through an area, you can just turn into a cloud of mist and then coast your way through it. Alright, so that was everything that we could do, except, oh, there was some little rooms at the very top that we missed. Let me go to the very top, if I can get the timing right on the button presses. Turn to a bat. Sweep the ceiling. That's what I missed. And that should be everything here. Yep. So now what we got to do is we got to go down to the... I think we're going to do two things and then call it an episode. We're going to go back to the Colosseum because there is one room we missed in the Colosseum. And then once we're done with that, we'll head all the way to the very bottom of the game world, back into the underground caverns, and we'll head to the area that we're going to be going to next. Alright. Down, 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 down. There we go. So I want to go down this way. Down, down, down to this door. Which will take us, I believe, to the warp room. Yes. We want to take that to the center of the map, the very center, and I think this is it. Yep. And we want to go all the way back to the Colosseum. Just go and blast through these guys, get through there real quick. We're back to the sword with the other various fighting implements and a couple of things that aren't fighting implements. I think there's a hoe in there if you look close enough. Although I guess if you hit someone with the edge of a hoe, a garden hoe, it would probably hurt real bad. I don't want that Blanca knife. Oh, screw you guys. I lost my Blanca. Got him. Probably would have been better off just running away from that. It's alright, I'm fine. We're back. Alright, so there was a spot in here that we couldn't get to before. We could break the ceiling open, but we couldn't actually do anything once we got it open. It didn't have a double jump, and it's the room directly above me. Now I can get in here. My reward for that is a holy sword. Just gonna put that on. So I do a lot of extra damage against undead enemies. And it kind of looks like the Alucard sword when you swing it. Good news is we're fighting undead enemies through a good chunk of this area. So it's a good item to pick up here. Whee! Alright, let's go to the save room. It's right down here. Right here. Let's save. We're going to do something I said I wasn't going to do, but, you know, we're in the area. Why not? We're going to head down below to the bottom of this room we're in right here and take a couple of pot shots at the yellow skeleton Paracephalus. Paracelophus. Is the Paranthropus. I never get the name right. Because that is the carrier of the Ring of Varda. We'll hit him, say, 5 times. If he doesn't drop it, so be it. We move on. Nope. See, this sword does way more damage against that guy. Regular skeletons, does okay damage. Look at that. Alright, 3. Now, the Ring of Varda is a game-changing item. It's one you want to get if you can farm for it. Nothing. Alright, one more time and then we'll move to the area we're going to stop for the episode and then pick back up at the beginning of the next one, obviously. Uh-oh, red rust. That's not good. That's one of the weakest weapons in the game, and it is a two-hander. This is what I get for coming down here. Nothing to show for it, just a bad weapon. Alright, well, that's what I get for trying to farm for Rings of Varda. No. Give that back. I'm going to try just run away. Oh! Okay. It's going to turn back. So yeah, the ghost card or ghost familiar, he doesn't mind the wolf, but when you turn into a bat, he gets real confused and then he just leaves. And if you stay in that form long enough, he'll leave the screen and won't come back until you go to a new room. Which one am I on? And yeah, we could do it this way. We'll do it this way. Let's save a little time. Just run. Okay, fine, whatever, just run. There we go. Oh, turn around. I don't want to go that way anymore. Kind of wish Alucard could run as fast as he does at the very beginning of the game. An interesting choice on their part. They introduce you to Alucard by having him run through a wooded area as fast as the wolf does when he's at full speed, and then you never get that ability again. think these frozen shades drop swords, but it's a rare drop, and I'm probably not going to get it. Alright, so we want to go up the waterfall. And there's a room to the left of the top of the waterfall we want to get into for a couple of reasons. One, it has a shield, and two, it has a switch that we need to hit. We can also go underneath the waterfall, which I think I had already done. Yes, we had. Yep, no reason to do that. However, go to the top of the waterfall. You don't have to do it on this side, but I'm looking for any items that I might have missed. Doesn't look like I did. Look at that, the shiitake. Alright, back to the top. Turn it back into a bat. And there is the switch, and there's the shield. You hit the switch, and an ape drops down and throws a barrel at the platform. And then they give you a very cryptic message. Something appeared near the wooden bridge. Well, yes, obviously, and a skeleton ape dropped right here. But also you were shown something very important. He has a barrel. He throws that barrel, and when it hits the bridge, it explodes. Well, there was a bridge over to the east of here. I'm going to go ahead and put on the shield I put on, or just picked up. And we're going to go ahead and swap back to the weapon I had before. If I get a new weapon while I'm using a two-handed weapon, I swap to that and put on the old shield. If I get a new shield while I'm using a two-handed weapon, I swap to the old weapon. It'd be very hard to continue if I was using just a shield. So there was a bridge in this room as well, but there was no skeleton ape when we got here originally. Well, now there is one. So what you want to do, and he dropped a stick of dynamite, TNT, whatever. So you want to do is you want to kite that skeleton ape back to this bridge and have him throw the barrel so that it will explode. There he is. Just tiptoe. This actually would be a good time to turn off your familiar as well, so they don't accidentally kill the skeleton ape before he gets to the right spot to throw his barrel. So we should be able to do it right here. There we go. Get two little items, which almost seems like enough to justify that, but there's actually a passage down here, which leads to a whole new area. The abandoned mine, which doesn't look anything like a mine I've ever seen. They seem to be putting an awful lot of ornate stonework in this mine. It seems like it defeats the purpose. When you're down there, you're supposed to be mining for material, not making a beautiful shaft for people to walk up and down. All right, let's go ahead and save here. All right, we cleared out most of the areas of the map that we could not reach before we had all the additional traversal options. And we've moved down to what is essentially the final area of the castle. Once we get through this, I believe there are 2 items that we can get down here. Once we get those 2 items, we can turn around and go up to the shaft at the very top left of the game map, which will lead us to, oh, excuse me, there's one ring down here. We're trying to find 2 rings. There are 2 ring items that we can pick up and put on as accessories. One of them is down here. There's also a suit of mail, which we'll need to use to get to the other ring, and those will lead us to the second to last fight of the castle. But we'll see if we can get that all done in the next episode. I think we can. And if we're fast enough, we might even be able to get to the final boss. Quotey fingers. That's going to do it for episode 5 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night playthrough. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.